things that we have to do as we're pursuing our dreams and our goals is that we have to know that failure is not an option. You know, and you got to hear this one. This one is important because you've got to tell yourself, despite, again, the circumstances, the situations, you have to tell yourself that, listen to me, I'm not going anywhere until I get the goal. Like, until I make my dreams become a reality, I'm not quitting. I don't care how much money I have to invest. I don't care how much time I have to invest. I'm going to continue to do this until I become successful. What do you need to know that you don't know right now? What information, what books do you need to read? What mentors do you need? What circles do you need to hang around?
Some of you are not where you want to be. You don't have what you want to have. You're not doing what you want to do because you've never been exposed to it before. And that's how my life changed when I started hanging around millionaires, when I started hanging around successful business owners, when I started hanging around success.
If you decide in any particular area that you're concerned about to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to read one book a month in that area, in 5 years, you'll be among the top 5% experts in the world.
Some of y'all want a promotion, right? Listen to me. You want a promotion, but listen to me close. I'm going to tell you what you got to do. So if you give me increased performance, hear me, increased performance, it's going to increase your pay. I don't know if it's basketball, if it's soccer. I don't know what it is. If it's sales, I'm not sure what you're doing. Law, I don't know. If you're education, I don't know what you're doing. But if you teach and you're the same teacher this year than you were last year, that's a problem. And so I need increased performance, because once you increase your performance, everything else increases.
Whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, you're not going to be able to make it happen if you don't have a dream party every day. Like, you've got to have a dream session. You've got to take out 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however much time you have, and you've got to actually go in a room, close the door, and you've got to see yourself doing it. You've got to feel yourself doing it. You've got to actually walk in it. You've got to go in the future, live it out, come back in the present, and start working toward it.
Before we can do the impossible, you got to do the impossible. That's right, I'm going to say it again. Before you can do the impossible, you got to do the possible. And when you look the word up, possible, what does it mean? What you're capable of doing or becoming. So I don't need you to do small. That's the minimum. I need you to do every single day, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the weekend. I need you to do what you're possible, what you're capable, what you're able to do. No excuses this year.
The secret to real happiness is progress. Progress equals happiness, and if we can make progress on a regular basis, we feel alive. And that's why at the beginning of the year we get this thing like, okay, I can have this fresh start. I can really do what my soul desires. I can expand, I can grow, I can improve, I can change. Or maybe better than change, I can progress.
I just need you to get started, right? I just need you to get that ball, because I talked about it. Once you can get that momentum going, once that momentum gets going, boom, there's no telling where you can go.
If you quit, it's never going to happen. If you quit, if you give up, if you stop, if you do not persevere, listen to me, you will never see it. And I tell people all the time, I didn't get here through academics. I got here because I refused to quit. It may not happen in 6 months, it may not happen in a year, it may not happen in 2 years, but at some point, my dream is going to become a reality.
Every rep that I do, every set that I do, every weight that I lift, I get one step closer to turning that vision of mine into reality and becoming that Mr. Universe. I could not wait to lift another 500 pounds in the squats. I could not wait to do another 1,000 sit-ups. I could not wait to do bench press, more bench press and more curls until I couldn't move my arms anymore. Because I knew that every rep got me closer to standing on that stage as a champion.
If you want to create change and you want to do it right now, you know that coaching is the way to get it done. You go to someone who has the expertise, who's produced the result again and again, they've got a track record, and you get them to coach you. You have to be curious. If you're watching this right now, you probably have heard or know somebody that's been to one of our events, and you've seen what's happened in their life. They've shared with you the results they've had, or you can check one of our videos or all the testimonials of results. The reason it works is because it's total immersion. But the reason they love it so much is it gets results. It works, and they love the process. I mean, you've got to be curious to think about how could we have an event where in one weekend, over the course of 3.5 days, you could get people where they said it was the greatest experience of their life, and many of them got dragged there by somebody else who'd already been saying, come on, trust me, you just got to try it. Some people didn't want to be there at all. What happens is you go through a process that helps you to discover what controls the way you think, the way you feel, and what you do in your life. Every thought, every feeling, every emotion you experience in this lifetime is shaped by beliefs and values. All of your life is controlled by decisions you make. Decisions about what to believe, decisions about what to feel, decisions about what to do. And most of us are on automatic pilot, letting the world trigger us instead of taking back control of our life. And when you do that, just think of it this way. Anything you want to change your body, you want to change your career, your business, your relationship, what to do requires the right strategy. If you want to lose weight and keep it off, you can't obviously just throw your pendulum and go on some silly diet. You got to know the things that are going to give you lasting results. So we teach those strategies. But some people even know what to do, but they don't do it. And why are we able to get people to do it, to follow through? Because 80% of success in anything, my friends, is psychology. And 20% is the mechanics. What that means is there's how to do stuff and there's why to do stuff. There are certain patterns in human behavior that make people crazy, make them frustrated, make them overwhelmed, make them depressed, make them give up. And there are other patterns that people have that absolutely light them up. They get them excited, they get them passionate, they get them where all of a sudden they develop a different habit, a different set of triggers where they find themselves following through consistently and doing the things that make what they dream about real. Those patterns, those triggers are really, really critical. So it's not enough to know just what to do. You got to know why you're going to do it, and you've got to align it with the way your brain functions. Everyone has different values. Everyone has different goals or dreams, cultural background, religious beliefs. But human beings have something in common. We have the same fundamental needs. When your needs are met, you are lit up like a Christmas tree. You feel alive. You feel passionate. When your needs are not being met, you're going to feel a level of frustration or anger or fear or uncertainty or stress or maybe just boredom that just sucks the life out of a human being. All of us have two things we really want to master. If you think about it, we have things we want to make better, change, or improve. I mean, I don't care who you are. If you're totally honest, there's always an area of our life we'd like to make better. What it is that's missing, show you where you want to, help you find out where you want to go, and then show you a set of strategies to maximize it. But then we click on the part that makes it all move forward, which is your emotion and your psychology. I mean, think about it. Information without emotion is forgotten. Now, once you're totally focused and you know what you want, what your goal is, you know where you are and where you want to go. You understand where the gap is. That's healthy. Now, the second thing we need for you, the second pillar for sustainable success, think of these, if you would, as like, what does it take to have success last? What does it take to make a change last? Well, the first thing you need is this focus, where you know what you want and why you want it, and you're driven and you're hungry and you're committed and you got all your energy into it. And we help you to do that. Secondly, though, you got to put yourself in this place where you get the right skills. You need the right strategies. You need a map on how to get from where you are to where you really want to be. If your strategy for losing weight is to go on some crazy diet, you know it's not going to last. And yet that's what most people do. They have strategies that are not sustainable. And oftentimes the strategies you learn they don't require a radical change in you. They just require doing the right thing a little differently. Sometimes people even do the right thing at the wrong time, and then they get frustrated. You know, if you bought a home in 2006, buying a home might be the right thing. 2006 was the wrong time, at least in the US. So strategy and timing are everything, and I've spent 3 decades basically modeling people that have the most successful changes in their life physically and emotionally and relationships and finances and career, and said, what do they have in common? What do they do? What works? Let's do that. It's proven. Now, if you know what it is you really want and you give it total focus, and then you've got strategies that are absolutely proven to work, so that every part of you is focused, you got the right strategy, and every part of you wants to move forward, and then you will. You'll be pulled towards what you want instead of trying to push your way to where you want to get. You're going to get exhausted if you try to just use willpower to make lasting change. It doesn't work. Push doesn't last. Pull, having something attract you and pull you forward, is a shift that happens inside of us, and I've got a process that over a few days will happen that'll make you feel a sense of excitement and passion and aliveness. It'll give you the pull. It's all about training yourself and conditioning yourself so that you follow through consistently and have the quality of life that you really desire and deserve. Does that make sense? Ultimately, if you get those 3 pillars in place, total clarity of what you want and why you want it, put yourself in an environment where you really connect the emotion to that'll drive you when things get tough.
What you need to think is not how you see the world, but what you need to see is how the world sees you. The world sees you as much bigger, and when you can see yourself as the world sees you and not how you see yourself, is when you're going to go to another level.